How did I land myself in jail, you might ask? I played Kenshi once before. I died on the steps as people stole my food from a corpse. This time I decided to approach it differently. Avoid people, sort of, and I wanted to explore a different town. I wanted to talk to this lady, and then I saw her epic shoes and her epic eyes staring right through your... Now, Kenshi, I feel like, is a lot about approaching people and recruiting them. Using cats. Cats? I can't remember what I read, but anyway, I saw this clip of Kenshi a long time ago of raiding this house, and that's all I know about this game. I did last time, and here I forgot how to do it in the first place. I managed to figure it out, but I only had one goal in this video, and it was to survive, at least until the next day, and to leave this place. Now, last time I ran out as a human right into bandits because I was curious what the outside world looked like. Desert, beautiful. Now I know that I wanted to go into the opposite direction, into a town which I thought was a town, but alas, it was just rocks. Those were the bandits I ran into, but this time I'm gonna go to the opposite, to the town that I saw on the map. But before that, I had to visit the bar because I had to get some food supplies if I was going to survive until the night time. I didn't want to sell anything because I didn't know what you needed in the future, because like I said, one thing said very rare and other things talked about how delicious it was, and the dryness was so bad that it led to people offlining themselves, if you know what I mean. I can't mention the word because YouTube is a bit sensitive regarding that. Now I know that Kenshi takes food and water as needed, but I am not sure how it works with first aid, because I tried first aid last time. It did not end well. Now, me reading everything was very interesting. I wish I could read it to you now, but alas, the screen is so small in the corner that I can't actually see what I'm reading as I'm doing this voiceover. I came to this sudden and very realistic realization that hiring people to form a group would be not as easy as I'd hope, or cheap. Now, I know this game isn't exactly easy, but I made it through Darkwood, and if I can do that, I think I can survive one day here. Now, I'm trying to talk to everybody because, you know, some look, my opinion, a bit more desperate than others. I'm still trying to figure out the game at this point. The camera is not with me. My OBS is not working with me. That before you on the screen was the city I thought I wanted to go to. You know, it lined up perfectly, in my opinion. It looked like a city, in my opinion, and in my defense, you know, look at that. It looked, I'm like, oh, that's close. I didn't see it last time. Let's go visit it. Now, I tried to see if I could get any other resources, but I was so cautious of this place. And at this point, I just wanted to see what else are there. What else is there? I'm not gonna lie. Shinobi sounded appealing. And I'm not gonna lie either, it's because of Naruto. Yes. Anyway, I decided against it, and here I'm gazing upon survey, realizing just exactly how tall she is. And as Survey, as I call her, because we are going to survive, finally reaches the outside walls and breathes in the fresh desert smell any second now. Oh, I like exploring, and I found myself gazing upon little creatures who reminded me of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Which, tell me you see it. I see Stitch. Now, from this angle, what Stitch? But look at the faces. I see Stitch. I'm sorry, I saw Stitch. So the family of Stitches, I didn't know anything about them, so I thought, you know what, if this game taught me anything, avoid it. Avoid, avoid, avoid. I had one goal, and that's to reach another establishment and survive the night. Now, I was very skeptical about running across this because this looked like it would melt me into oblivion, like the geysers in Yellowstone. I think I said that wrong. Anyway, I survived, luckily, and as I just kept looking around, not knowing what to do, what I had to do, but we will learn as time goes on. I wanted to go to the other city on the map, the only city I saw, and I realized you can mine. I don't know why I would mine for what. Obviously, I know, but mental note taken. Now, I saw a person walking, abandoned, which I thought, you know what, it's probably best to avoid because my fighting skills, as I'd seen in Darkwood, melee, whatever, is not the best part. So as soon as I saw this abandoned cross my horizon, I went around like loop-de-loop. And here I came to the realization that my city that I wanted to see were just rock formations. And I looked to the map again because there is a city somewhere around here. How can I not find it? I accidentally found it. So, yeah. But those looks like building. What kind of rock formation is that? It looks like a village, town. Anyway. You would soon realize that most of my time I edited a lot out was just me gazing at my environment and waiting for Survey to reach my desired location. Sometimes I'd pause scared that something would happen to her as I wander off on my own, leaving her wherever she is. I think to myself that this is truly an amazing game, and obviously a very hard one. Now, to be completely honest, I stumbled upon this establishment town on accident, and I was very nervous to enter because the entrance were very, very heavily guarded. But I was like, you know what, we're already here. I don't know what else to do. And then I just walked past them, and as they stated and stared at my back, calling like, why are we letting outsiders in every day? Something those lines. I spent more time gazing at that plant more than I like to admit, but I find myself intrigued by the oddities of this world and overly cautious now that I know what exactly this game is capable of doing, and each time it happens, it draws me in. Now at this point I still have no idea what I'm supposed to do until I talked to this dude, and a bounty hunter it is. Now, I have no idea what the purpose is of this game, if there is a purpose. At this point, I just wanted to make money so I can start hiring people and actually, survive, because the money I have is not enough and the food will go down. And if the world didn't kill me, I would starve to death. On the other hand, now I'm walking around with new eyes because this area is new to me, obviously, but so intriguing. I found establishment, and this is where I try to hire people and realize I'm not the one with the longest horns, and that I'm amongst my own kind. Now, you're probably wondering how I got here. Well, I'm sleeping, obviously, with my eyes open, sucked into the bed like Han Solo in Star Wars. Now, OBS and Kenshi and my poor setup are not friends, and recording Kenshi is quite difficult. Hence why the beautiful scenes and the sunrise, because I wanted to see the sunrise as I do this voiceover, but it was a cloudy day. Luckily, Kenshi gave me the sunrise. No. Here we are. I'm in jail. In my defense, it was an accident. I tried to enter this building. I didn't know it was locked, and I hit the door a few times, and someone came and attacked me. I failed to defend myself, and they carried me like a sack of potatoes over the shoulder. Now I'm in jail. Listen, I didn't want to make a bad name for myself in this town, but here I am in jail. Now, I obviously don't have the skills to break out. I don't think I want to. I'll just think I'll wait it out, and came to the realization that it's going to be 20 hours. At least I'm alive. Now, this video should have been a bit longer, but I feel like this was a perfect way to end it alive even in jail. Kenshi is full of surprises, and I can't wait to see where it takes me next, if my system allows it, and if Kenshi allows to be recorded properly. In my defense, I tried. See you next time.